front effect, and this is what we're going to go. We're going to cover some. Yeah, that's cold front effect. We're going to talk about vapor trails, and we're going to talk about the cold front effect. Here we see when that comes through, when we have a cold front effect such as this, what happens to the fish? We see the fish in the sanctuary, and we see them heading downstairs to the deepest water in the area. That's where they're going to go. It's going to look a little bit like this. It's going to be a bright blue sky. There'll be some wind on the water. There'll be a chill in the air. There's no mistake, and a washed out sky. Okay, it might be some puffy snowball clouds. And I always point out, this isn't cloud cover. You know, if it covers the sun for a few minutes, it's not cloud cover.
Now, Terry, let me tell you, I brought the snowballs in at this point, the second or third day, and I won't spend too much time because we got some cloud cover we've talked about.
Yeah.
But that's there, and so I didn't know exactly how to do it with the paper, so I tied them together.
Yeah, I pointed out that what I point out is that's not cloud cover. That's what I point out. You know what I mean? If you see that, that's a cloud cover. Okay, then you can move on, you know.
You start running that time.
And this is what we mean by a washed out sky. And the little dot right there, that's an airplane. And again, like you did in the basic seminar, there's no vapor trails, there's no moisture in the air. There's a very high sky, and this is what it did to the fish. You saw where it put them. Okay? When you get a little moisture in the air, possibly later on in the day or at some time during the day when it warms up, you get a little short tail on there. Now you can see the planes as they're going by, but this is not a good condition. Same way toward evening, you begin to see the same thing. The sun's going down, and it's going to be a bright night. It's going to be very bright. Okay, the next morning, you wake up, and you see a little bit longer vapor trail, but it breaks off, but there's certainly no cloud cover involved there. Okay? Toward afternoon, it warms up, it's summertime. You might get a little bit longer tail, but then it just peters out. It's still very high sky, washed out. Now things are getting a little bit better later on in the afternoon. You're getting a little bit of moisture, and but it's it's still breaking up. Yeah, it's starting to fade a little bit, starting to break up a little bit. Okay, still it's trailing off, you know, and it's fading out. Now this one here is a strange one because it's got that big wide vapor trail, and then that little tail on there.
Well, it's different altitude.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason I use it is because the next couple clouds going to show that that thing isn't stable.
Okay.
I think it's a PM just
Okay. Did you get that, Barry? That's not a stable situation because we see the plane, little tail tailing off there, and we got one vapor trail that would be lower than what the airplane is. Okay? That slide is all right.
That's the only one I had that
Yeah, okay.
Disappeared.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting a little cloud cover downstairs on that one.
Yeah, there's a little cloud cover low, but upstairs it's still breaking up. Yeah, still breaking up. Okay? Now we're starting to get a little bit of haze and a little moisture in the air. Okay? You can see it by the cirrus clouds, and the wide band now is starting to thicken. It's starting to widen out. But this still has a lot of blue up there. It's still pretty washed out. Okay? Now we're picking up some vapor trails. Okay? We're getting quite a bit of moisture. Okay? And the high cirrus clouds. Now things are really beginning to get good. Okay? We see it's starting to get thick now. And those vapor trails have spread out, high cirrus clouds. People can really see this, you know what I mean? And there's some low stuff down there, you see it, you know what I mean, in the background. Now it's really getting heavy. Now this is really spreading out. Yeah, it's really, yeah. That's pretty good stuff right there.
One vapor trail.
One vapor trail, yeah. As long as that holds like that, that's plenty of cloud cover. That's what you're looking for. Those are ideal. Ideal. You see some more and how thick they are. Now this would be really toward evening here. Okay?
Hey, that's just
Yeah.
the sunset.
Yeah, it's a sunset, but what it is we're holding the cloud cover.
Okay.
Where in the beginning, if you remember, the sun set and it was real bright, you know. Now we're holding the cloud cover, so this could mean that the next morning we're still going to have it.
Okay.
If you're thinking about fishing, perhaps the next morning, I think that's the next slide, if I'm not mistaken. Sun setting, and it looks like the next morning we have a good chance of having a good heavy cloud cover, at least in the early morning, and you might want to consider fishing on that day. No, this is still, sun's going down now, you know, we're maintaining that cloud cover, and this is what it looks like, okay? Yeah, but I would mention the part that if it looks like that when the sun is going down, what I would say, you know, better get out there early in the morning.
Think about taking the next
Okay.
day off.
Yeah. You better think about getting out there early because we're almost assured of some cloud cover in the morning, unless some kind of wind comes up in the middle of the night. Okay, and you can see it's getting later and later. It's almost dark, you know. And the next morning you wake up, lo and behold, you got the cloud cover. You got a little bit of rain. There's another front coming through. Okay, when that front passes through, the next morning when you wake up, now it's time to go to work, you know, because it's going to start all over again. And there it is. It's washed out. It's windy, breezy day. It could be a beautiful day as far as comfort goes, but not as far as fishing goes, you know. Okay, where do the fish go under that condition when that's starting to happen? Start going downstairs again. Okay, and they keep going down. They hit the sanctuary, and they keep going down. In other words, that it rained. We could go back and say this. Here's what we could say. Here's what we could say the way this is. We made a good catch. The fish were on the move, okay? And the next day we start getting a condition like this. And like this, and washed out and windy. And the fish had moved just prior to sun up. When the sun started getting high and we started getting that cold front effect, that washed out sky, they dropped from the break line to the sanctuary, from the sanctuary to the deepest water in the area. And we're right back to that cold front effect again. You know, that washed out sky, you know. I think that's it.
I thought that was pretty good.
That's good. I think that's, is that the way to say it? Does that sound good?